everyone. I hope you all are doing well and may have revised the previously learned topics. If not, you can refer all our biology playlist videos. So now, our today's topic is environmental issues. Humans have always inhabited two worlds. One is the natural world of plants, animals, soil, air and waters that preceded us by billions of years and of which we are a part. The other is the world of social institutions and artifacts that we create for ourselves using science, technology and political organization. Where earlier people has limited ability to alter their surroundings, we now have power to extract and consume resources, produce wastes and modify our world in a way that threaten both our continued existence and that of many organisms with which we share the planet. Environmental issues include the aspects which adversely affect our biophysical environment. Pollution, global warming, deforestation, etc. are the topics of major concern in current perspective. Pollution. Pollution is the addition of the harmful agents to the ecosystem, which has detrimental effects on it. Environmental pollution is any discharge of materials or energy into air, water or land that may cause acute, short-term, and chronic, long-term effects on the Earth's ecological balance or may lower the quality of life. Pollution can be defined by different organizations differently. Some of these are as follows. World Health Organization, WHO, has defined that pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. According to Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, pollution is contamination of water, air and land in such a way that alters the physical, chemical and biological property of that resource. Ministry of Environment and Forest, MOF, defined pollution as introduction of different harmful pollutants into certain environment that makes it unhealthy to live in. Pollutants. Pollutants are chemicals or biological substances that deteriorate our natural environment. Air pollution. It is an undesirable change in the natural characteristics of the atmosphere due to contamination of indoor and outdoor environment by any chemical, biological or physical agent. Control of air pollution. Several methods are used to control air pollution. Some of them are as follows. Use of high chimneys. For proper escaping of smoke, fumes and heated air, the industrial plants should have high chimneys. Government's norms for emission. In the line of world standard, Government of India also has formulated new fuel policies. Other control measures to control air pollution. These methods are characterized on the basis of physical nature of pollutants. Methods to control particulate pollutants. Different technological equipments are used to control particulate pollution. These are cyclonic separator. In this, centrifugal force causes the settling of particulate matters. Trajectory separators. In this, heavier particles settle down when dirty air is passed from a chamber as an oblique jet. Electrostatic precipitator. Particulate matter present in dirty air are charged electrically and passed through a chamber where these particles lose their charges and settle down. Filters. Particulate matter get filtered out by passing dry emissions under pressure through polyester, Teflon and polyamide bags which are large-sized and porous. Water pollution. Water is said to be polluted when its quality gets degraded due to the addition of various inorganic, organic, biological and radiological substances, which make it unfit and a health hazard. One reason is comparative account of biochemical oxygen demand, BOD, and chemical oxygen demand, COD. Biochemical oxygen demand, BOD. It is the amount of oxygen used for biochemical oxidation by microorganisms in a unit volume of water. BOD value approximates the amount of oxidizable organic matter and therefore used as a measure of degree of water pollution and waste. BOD test is influenced by many factors such as types of microorganisms, pH, presence of toxins, some reduced mineral matter and nitrification of microorganisms. Chemical oxygen demand. COD. It is the amount of oxygen required by organic matter in a sample of water for its oxidation by a strong chemical oxidant and is expressed as ppm of oxygen taken from the solution of potassium dichromate in 2 hours. This value is a poor measure of strength of organic matter, as oxygen is also consumed in the oxidation of inorganic matter such as nitrates, sulfates, reduced metal ions, and also that some organic molecules such as benzene, pyridine, and few other cyclic organic compounds which are not oxidized by this test. Presence of toxins and other such unfavorable conditions for the growth of microorganisms does not affect COD values. Effects of water pollution. Water pollution affects individuals severely and causes various diseases, which depend upon the nature of pollutants. Control of water pollution. Water pollution can be controlled through various measures, some of them are discussed here. Reduced use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers in agriculture. Avoid the disposal of waste into water. Proper sewage treatment before disposal into large water bodies. Control of disposal of industrial waste into water. Proper maintenance of water bodies. Special cases of water pollution. Eutrophication and biomagnification are two special cases of water pollution. Eutrophication, eutrophic. EU plus trophic means truly nourished. Waters are rich in organisms and organic materials. Eutrophication is an increase in nutrient level and productivity. As with BOD, eutrophication often results from nutrients enrichment. Sewage, fertilizer runoff, and other human activities cause increase in biological productivity, which is called cultural eutrophication. Algal bloom. The presence of large amount of nutrients in water causes excessive growth of algae, which is known as algal bloom. It imparts distinct color to the water bodies and causes deterioration of water quality. Biomagnification, bioaccumulation. Many pesticides such as DDT, aldrin and dieldrin have a long life in the environment. These are fat-soluble and generally non-biodegradable. After incorporation into food chain, they get magnified and accumulated in higher trophic level. The process of biological magnification is also reported for certain other pollutants such as lead, Pb, mercury, Hg, copper, Cu, and strontium-90. Soil pollution. It is defined as the build-up in soils of persistent toxic compounds, chemicals, salts, radioactive material, and disease-causing agents which have adverse effects on health of inhabiting organisms. It can be of following two types. Negative soil pollution. It is the reduction in soil productivity due to erosion and overuse. Positive soil pollution. It is the reduction in soil productivity because of addition of undesirable substances like fertilizers into soil. Control of soil pollution. The control of soil pollution can be done through following steps. It involves safer land use, planned urbanization, controlled developmental activities, safe disposal, and the management of solid wastes. In recovering and recycling some waste items like plastics, tin cans, other metals, glass, polyethylenes, rags, papers, etc., are picked up by rag pickers for recycling. All these items are recycled in recycling units to make new items. This reduces soil pollution. To reduce soil pollution, solid waste is sometimes disposed of by burning. The methods of burning are incineration carried out at very high temperature, I.e., 900 to 1300 degrees Celsius. Pyrolysis. It is combustion at temperature 1650 degrees Celsius in the absence of oxygen. Noise pollution. Noise is defined as any loud disturbing sound released into the ambient atmosphere. It is measured by a sound meter and is expressed in a unit called decibel, dB. Any value more than 80 decibels causes noise pollution. Effects of noise pollution may cause a partial or permanent loss of hearing, can impair the development of nervous system of unborn babies. Hatching of birds is disturbed. Control of noise pollution. Volume of loudspeakers should be kept low. Traffic police personnel and factory workers exposed to high noise pollution should be provided with the earplugs or ear muffs. Green belt vegetation should be maintained to serve as noise absorbers. Thermal pollution. It is the degradation of water quality by any process that changes the whole water temperature. It can also be defined as warming up of an aquatic ecosystem to the point where desirable organisms are adversely affected. Owen, 1985. Causes of thermal pollution. Major sources of thermal pollution are many industries, thermal power plants, oil refineries, etc. The use of coolants and boilers in thermal power plants is an important cause of thermal pollution. Effects of thermal pollution. Harmful effects of thermal pollution on aquatic ecosystems are as follows. Reduction in dissolved oxygen. Interference with reproduction of aquatic animals. Increased vulnerability to diseases. Direct mortality. Invasion of destructive organisms. Undesirable changes in algal population. Elimination of flora and fauna of cold water. Radioactive pollution. The release of radioactive material into environment is called radioactive pollution. This is very dangerous as radiation can mutate the DNA, which causes abnormal growth and sometimes cancer. The radiation remains in atmosphere for years, slowly diminishing over time. Causes of radioactive pollution. There are many causes of radioactive pollution. The most important one is inappropriately disposed radioactive wastes. Environmental issues. Some of these causes are as follows. Production of nuclear weapons. Decommissioning of nuclear weapons. Medical waste. Mining of radioactive ores. Coal ash. Nuclear power plants. Nuclear tests. Effects of radioactive pollution. The nuclear radiations cause genetic variation, i.e., mutation, and cancer in exposed organs or body parts. These radiations affect the future generations as it can alter the DNA composition permanently. Solid wastes. These wastes are left over that goes out in trash. The various sources of solid wastes are municipal waste, mining waste, hospital waste, defunct ships, electronic wastes, e-wastes, etc. Different modern industries are releasing large amount of solid wastes which need to be managed in proper way to avoid environmental loss. Control of solid wastes. There are various controlling measures of solid wastes, some of them are discussed below. Dumping or landfilling is spilling of waste on selected low-lying land. Open landfilling is dumping of waste material on uncovered low-lying area. The waste is burnt periodically or compressed at intervals. In sanitary landfilling, wastes are dumped in a depression or trench after compactions and covered with dirt every day. Most importantly, the solid wastes can be treated after separation into three types: biodegradable, recyclable, non-biodegradable. E-wastes are treated scientifically in an environment-friendly manner and then either buried in landfills or incinerated. Other methods of disposing wastes are source reduction, composting, recovery and recycling. Ahmad Khan in 1998 developed Polyblend, a fine powder of recycled modified plastic, which can be used for road carpeting when mixed with bitumen in Bengaluru.